yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down.
Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in for episode 3 of our RC trailing series. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, I'll put a link in the description so you can go ahead and watch those so you're up to speed with the RC trailing series. So today, episode 3. Today we're using a 1/12 scale trail truck. In the previous episodes we used mainly 1/16 scale trail trucks, like the C24K by WPL and the B36 by WPL. So I took out my MN86K, also a kit version. It's a 1/12 scale trail truck. Couple of differences with the 1/16 scales, a little wider, little bigger, little heavier, longer wheelbase, makes it a little easier to trail, but it's a different ballpark, guys. As you can see here too, we're on a different trail, not as the previous episodes in the RC trailing series. This is the trail I mainly used in the beginning of my channel. This trail is actually created for 1/10 scale trucks, also 1/8 scale trucks, so the big boys to be exactly. But I'm still gonna show you this part because this 1/12 scale truck really manages this stuff. It's for you to know and to understand what a 1/12 scale truck can do opposing to a 1/16 scale. Because I've done videos in the past with my 1/16 scale trucks on this trail, and they had some issues because of the wheelbase, turning circle, low center of gravity, and this thing really does it pretty well, actually, as you can see. Before we move on with the episode, guys, one small thing I had to adapt on this truck was the servo arm. When I bought it stock in the kit version, it had a servo saver and it really did not help with the turning. So I put in a solid servo arm by WPL and it really creates a difference. As you will see throughout the episode, guys, stuff like this, rocks, pointy rocks, big bushes and stuff are less of a problem for this 1/12 scale truck than a 1/16 scale truck. You see how it manages. You gotta move slow, take your trajectory, think about it, look what it can handle, know what your truck can do. I know what this truck can do, you don't. You need to learn how it operates, where it goes, where it slips, where it gets tangled. So once you know what your truck can do, what it can do, guys, it's gonna make it much easier for you to take on trails like this. Like this 1/12 scale, it plows through a lot, except for this twig of doom, probably. Damn. So know what your truck can do is very important to learn how to trail with an RC truck. If you go for a 1/16 scale, know what the limitations are. If you go for a 1/12, same potato. If you go for a 1/10, same thing right there. Of course, a 1/10 scale has more opportunities. It's bigger, wider, higher, bigger tires. A trail like this for a decent adjusted 1/10 scale truck is nothing. Super easy for a truck like that. It goes through it all. But for a 1/12 scale, it is better than a 1/16 scale because it's bigger, but you still have to see what you're doing. Like now, we're coming up on a part that I already see is going to give some problems. If you look closely, you see a couple of roots sticking out right there. And also like little slippery sand was a little bit wet left and right there. It's going to be an issue for this truck. I know this truck. These tires do not have a lot of grip. So I'm going to try and show you right now. You see, it's not going to get on there. It's just getting stuck behind a small root because it's very slippery. So just back up some more, some more, some more. Look at the area. What are you gonna do? The right side is too slippery, too much roots. So we'll take the left side. There are no roots there. It's gonna be slippery, but it's gonna be more gonna be more doable than that right side. So let's give it a shot and see how it handles. Yeah, you can notice it, guys. It's not gonna be easy to get up here. It's solely the problem of the tires not gripping. It still wants to slide to the right. It wants to go to the roots again. I'm not getting on here. Um, all right, I'll just give it one more shot, but it's just to prove that some areas are not doable because you don't know your truck enough, maybe. I do know this truck, but I'm just doing this informative to show you if you don't know your truck, you're gonna get into some troubles and you're not gonna like trailing anymore. And that's what I want to prevent for you guys. All right, moving on. Next area, you see this little drop with the root on top of it. I already know if I go on there, I'm gonna tip over to the front. So I'm gonna play it safe. Do that stuff too, guys. Take the left side, take the high road, keep the fun going because that's what it's all about. Don't make it too hard on yourself. You can try it, but maybe it tips over, it falls, you break stuff. That's what you want to avoid. Just a little intermezzo, just hear that drag brake kicking in. It sounds even like a real engine going slowly down. And that's because of the posh ESC I put into this thing. The ESC almost cost the same as the truck. I'm not saying you have to do that, but really it helps a lot. All right, this next point, it's gonna be difficult too. You see them gaps on that bridge on the downside and on the top side there. I know I'm not gonna make it with that truck. Wheels are too small, wheelbase is too short. I'm not gonna be able to make that. So look at the area. What can you do? We can go off trail and take that right side. High road, I know, but keep the fun going. That's what it's all about, guys. You see, we can go off trail right here through that route and take the road next to that bridge so you can keep the fun going. So this is an area this truck really loves. It really comes to place right here. Just some small wooden blocks on the floor, leaves, grass, a little hilly. This thing loves stuff like this. As you can see, it plows through like a knife through butter. Okay, we have another bridge here. The gaps aren't that wide, aren't that big, so I know this truck will manage it. You see, I'm using the side of this bridge, gives me a little more traction and avoidance of the biggest gap in the bridge. Um, Thinking I'm getting stuck here, no, a little wheel speed can always help you out of situations like this. And like you see, plowing through again like a knife through butter. The money shot right here. I feel a thumbnail coming up. Keep in mind, guys, you're driving a 112 scale. I know it's bigger than a 116th, but when you're going downhill with roots and stuff, take it slow, take your time, look at the area, make sure you don't tip over. Don't make a big ass drop on that hill, maybe breaking your truck. Here, another small bridge. It's with a little gap in the middle, but no issues for the 112 scale. It's wide enough. It feels like just solid road. Goes through like nothing. Now, this is a very interesting area. This is solidly built for 110th and 1/8 scale trail trucks or crawlers even. I'm gonna try and take it on with my 112 scale. I wouldn't be talking about it if I wouldn't be able to do it. So take your time with stuff like this. Choose your route carefully because you're higher off the ground. If it tumbles off, maybe you have expenses to repair your truck. We don't want that. So, like this, take your time, let the suspension do its work, follow it along, take your time. If you come to situations like this, if you go back, maybe you can go off. You're not going to be able to get back on. So, what do? We use a little bit of wheel speed to plow through. And you see, that works perfectly, like a charm. And like I said, because this part was specifically built for 110 scale trucks, don't take that high part because it will tip over to the side. Take that low part. You'll still be able to go through, but not in the same way as a 110 scale or a 1/8 scale truck would do. But you see, you go through it in a safe way. It looks cool. You get a lot of nice shots with a camera. Really enjoyable. Again, here, take your time, choose your path. Look for the places with the most grip you can find with your truck. Like I said before, I know these tires aren't the most grippy on the market. They're very stock, so I have to choose my path correctly. Look for dry wood, dry grass, dry sand, where I can get the grip I need to go through this area with this truck. But look at that, really goes through. If you take your time, it usually works. When it doesn't work, back up, see what road you can take, and just keep the fun going. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in for episode 3 of this RC trailing series. Let me know in the comments what you think. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you just had fun watching. And yeah, I hope you learned stuff from this. If you don't, also let me know in the comments. If you did like it, leave a massive thumbs up. If you're not subscribed already, subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. And don't forget, guys, see ya.